Next, it's on every top 10 list of personal airplanes, the Beechcraft Bonanza. Let's jump in mine for a flight to California and take a look at a classic V-tail. Get the vector, Victor. We'll be right back. When my friend John Deacon offers an opinion on an airplane, I tend to listen. Here's why.
My father was a private pilot, grew up on an airport, learned to fly there, worked as a line boy and general hangar rat for several years to earn my ratings. Got a job as co-pilot mechanic on a B-25 flying cargo around South America, legitimate cargo I might add. Graduated to captain on that airplane, flew it solo for some time, and then got a job with the Secretary of State of Florida and flew his airplane for a while, and then on into corporate, and then with Air America for 5 years in Southeast Asia, and then finished up my career with 33 years with Japan Airlines, mostly flying 747s. Retired from that now and flying Gulfstreams.
In all, John has flown more than 200 airplanes in all kinds of conditions in every part of the world. And what you find in his personal hangar is a classic Beechcraft Bonanza, the V-tail.
What you're looking at here is a 1982 V-tail Bonanza, a V-35B. It was the last of a pair of them to roll off the V-tail production line, so it becomes the last V-tail ever made, except for one, serial 10402. I was looking for an S model, which has always been my favorite model of a Bonanza. It's usually the lightest weight, it has most of the advanced features, and often the fastest of the models. And I saw an ad in Trade a Plane, big print divorce sale. And as a joke, I read it to my wife, and at the time it was a very nice airplane, and still is. And a few minutes later, I went on and was reading the other ads looking for an S model. She said, didn't you say that Bonanzas appreciated in value? And ever the optimist, I said, well, yeah, they go up a few percentage points a year. And she, didn't you say that newer aircraft are cheaper to maintain? Well, yeah, you know, they don't take as many parts and they don't break as often. She said, well, I think you ought to buy that one. So I did.
John's V-tail is highly modified. It has a special STOL, short takeoff and landing package, which eliminates the ailerons and allows the plane to land in as little as 350 feet. And it has a turbo modification, which makes it efficient and faster at higher altitudes. Well, John, I see you have the extra gills, the gill plate down here.
That's correct, Tom. That's part of the Tornado Alley modification for the installation of the turbo normalizer.
Right.
There's not a whole lot to the turbo normalizer on this side of it. By looking down in here, you can see the intercooler. There are some pipes back here,
we just got here. It's warm.
that are part of it. Yes, sir. Sure is.
Well, you know, I have the same Tornado Alley turbo system on my Bonanza. It is transformational.
It absolutely is. It makes a whole new airplane,
different airplane
out of an already great airplane.
Right.
Yep.
It is wonderful.
I just don't think there's anything else quite like it.
And as you say, you have the turbo game ejectors, right?
Yes. That's a requirement for the turbo modification.
Right. That's a very extensive mod.
It is. In 1982, the original owner took it to Robertson, and it's my understanding that he spent $17,500 to put it on.
Oh my!
And he was Canadian, kept it in Calgary.
Right.
And according to the very detailed logbooks that Canadians are required to keep, he never had it on anything less than a 5,000-foot paved runway.
So what was the
And
point?
I'm just really not too sure what the point was, but it gives you great bragging rights.
Well, that's right. That's right. You can land slower than anyone else, by golly. Sure. Now, the V-tail. It's the signature of, obviously, the V-tail Bonanza.
Yes.
How does it work?
Well, the original concept, of course, was to cut down on drag. You'd have two surfaces sticking into the wind instead of three. Right. The engineers kind of poo-poo that idea a little bit. I don't know if it's true or not, and don't really care. It just gives it a distinctive, classy look to most people. The the mechanism is a real Rube Goldberg affair. It basically, of course, uses a bunch of swinging levers and arms and cables to move both of them up for nose up and both of them down for nose down. This way for yaw left and this way for yaw right. And it's all buried down inside the tail cone, and that's really about all you ever want to know about.
That's right. Unless you have to work on it, you don't want to know.
It's quite a concoction down there. It really is a complex mechanism, and it works beautifully. It really does work well.
And it is absolutely one of the most beautiful airplanes in the air that I've ever seen.
Yep, I think so.
And you know, they're fast, they're fun to fly, they look good. What more do you want in an airplane?
And economical. In these days of fuel prices, when you can get up there at 20,000 feet and go 200, 210 knots for 18 gallons an hour, that's pretty good.
How are you going to beat that?
You can't.
With that, it's back to the hangar to get ready for the next flight. We made some memories, followed some dreams, and we'll do that on the next flight too. For Wings to Adventure, I'm Tom Gresham. We'll see you next time.